Hello, people.
Hello.
Ivy here. You guys are using that company when you know. Those pins are for queens.
Movie take care. Yes.
Okay, we're so late, but let's pretend as if, like, so when someone comes on, they'd be thinking, hey, where have I been?
Where have
What's
I
the
been?
league?
You
Yes,
know
so
those
Ivy,
things
how
like
you were
that.
saying?
Yeah,
We have a special seat in hell.
What? After you.
Liars.
Yeah, after you know those things.
Let us know where you're watching us from. Comment with Appian. She's going to be sharing the link to her friends, so that they can.
Yes.
We're terribly sorry, guys, for being late. Hey, it's such a Eva. Nice to have you on. Hey, that's my
Hi,
classmates.
Eva.
These are all HI people. Hi, Doka.
Hi, Doka.
That's so but yeah.
In fact, we are sending it afterwards.
Jolly
Jazz, I know.
Ivy's here to share her identity crisis.
How I overcame it.
How?
Yes, like it is no longer
Fire upon them.
How I overcame it, yes.
My friend fell. Fire upon them. Big, I'm waiting for the gift from
Yes, please, Eva. Please look for him. Me, I'm just a guest here, so
Economic powerhouse. I'm going to Kovanja.
Yes, but Eva, move on.
I'm going to block you.
If it doesn't come on time, please, with interest at that.
But why did you first give me a heads up that you're a nice business person? Can you over here? No, I would go broke like this. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Share the link, call your friends, and we believe it's going to bless you so much. So, Ivy, let us know. Tell that nice hair, by the way.
Check it out, the glory of God
I think that song was
dripping from myself.
You're like Moses from the.
You know?
Something different about you.
You know, I don't even know which color it is. I don't know whether it's purple, maroon, red, wine red.
Now, right?
You're about to say it's mustard.
You know those colors that have just come these days. First we know red,
I know.
yellow, mustard, ate bosmania, lilac, ate vermilion. Please, just tell us it is ready. Facebook blue, WhatsApp green.
Yeah, WhatsApp purple. Yeah, since you told me, yes, WhatsApp purple. So
anyway, guys, I'd let the people know who you are, what you do with.
I am called Inapo Ivy.
Is it Inapo?
No, it's
because
Inapo.
Why do we say Ivy and then we don't say Inapo? English.
Wow. From African traditional society, it is Inapo, not Inapo. You think I'm from Britain? I know, but you know that some people call me Ivy. And yes, I actually look at them with a straight face.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah,
so don't give me that look when I say pineapple.
I'll be like, it is okay. So I'm Ivy Inapo, an HR consultant.
Wow.
Yes, an HR consultant. Turned entrepreneur now. Like I left the job last Friday.
Mama.
Yes, so we are going fully into business now.
What business do you do?
I co-own a hardware.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Chirinya town.
Okay.
Yes.
Where is
so
that?
I co-own Chirinya Wilgers.
Hey.
Yes.
Some of us from New York.
Hardware. Then I'm big on agroforestry.
I'm learning a lot of new words today. Mustard, agroforestry.
Those things. But my job is going to be centered around being a project coordinator for a real estate project.
Wow.
Yes, for my parents. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm basically going to manage that project, I think, for the next 1 year. So that is why I jumped ship from the professional job to give more time to the family businesses and also to support my payroll.
But those some family businesses that are like Rockefeller. Hey, Shalom. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Shalom. Yes, I think you hosted Shalom sometime.
No, I know this is not Shalom.
Okay.
This is Shalom who says she's your cousin.
Oh, wow.
Those things about her cousins are your cousins.
No, you know what?
Or your cousins
like how people can have like interesting Facebook names. But for you know her as a Kuru
Shalom.
Yes, and then you're like, who is Shalom Manila? Maybe I think I know her. So I think Yes.
But okay, I think you'll catch up. But she's a big fan. She was posting your poster all over in the family group. So really, are your people watching? What is it called? Watch party. What
Watch
those
party,
things?
man.
Because man, yes, I'm gonna have you. Yes. If I
Faster.
okay, yeah. As you're telling us more about okay, what are your hobbies? Because I think you've finished the
My
job
hobbies,
stage.
yes, my hobbies. I love traveling, you guys.
Uh-huh.
I love traveling. I love cooking. I am big on cooking. Like when I would get stressed at times, I'll just wake up and cook the whole house. Like if you have things in your kitchen, you wake up and I've cooked everything. I've cooked for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, so the whole 9 yards. So I love cooking, I love traveling, I love reading. Yes, in a nutshell. Otherwise, I'll tell you the whole 20-something things.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, cooking, what else? So I think what we were there, people feel free to, I don't know, I think we should have like a question, because guys, we have like about 23 minutes left right now. So when we ask for questions, just start firing away. If I say, now you're honoring, supporting family business.
Actually,
for us, we are doing what?
So at times even supporting your parents' business is actually honor to them.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of course some of them have maybe aged and they don't see who like carry on the whatever the family business is about. Yes. So yeah, it is in line with that.
What if your parents call you and they say, looking at it like, let's say that you see my English is going.
Like now you're speaking in tongues, it is okay, let it come out, brother. Let it
what
come
if
out.
what if they have businesses that you're not passionate about?
But I mean, whoever knew I was going to be passionate about real estate
Didn't
even know the difference between a brick
That's real
and
estate.
then a block.
Maybe they are
Over iron sheets,
and then
over this,
and then the first be like,
aluminium windows. What I didn't know any of that, but I'm in the middle of it. So
your parents will be there, they just wake up and they go like, Togala Kurunda, I'm busy.
but kulundering busy is what? Is easy.
Okay, it's called piggery.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is called piggery. It is called piggery.
Okay.
It's called piggery. Piggy, just give me 1 second.
Don't mind, she's
Share
a celeb. Eva, Shalom, let us know how you've been, how what can I say? Is the quality good? Is Ivy's hair mnange? Is it bright enough, dim enough? Should she increase?
Okay, now we're back.
Okay, now we are back. Ignore the last questions I asked.
Yeah.
So Ivy, you shared a story with me recently of I don't want to spoil stuff, but you people like, so Ivy, me when I first saw Ivy, I was about to say Ivy, but Ivy is doing a roast.
Oh yes! Oh my word! Clearly, I have a fan. By the way, Ivy's roast, the best chikala in town.
Now
is
you
made from
the chikala you promised me for my birthday.
Those are we have 40 days of fasting. Yeah? When? But now you're like about day 15. We subscribe to that. Hey. Apostle Moses took me.
Yeah, those last boards used to.
Those last boards, like how they take you to school and then you're like, hey, Bichi, we're going to see your sister or brother, they misbehave what. And then instead of being on your side, you're the one who is holding your chiboko, you're like, let me even be the one to first show him what's up.
That's even polite. Wow. It's even polite. I still for you sugar, then when your parents come back, you're like, mommy, Biggie's told us. I'm like, I just want to ask for it. Anyway, banana.
Yes.
Medical parents, yeah. Okay, roast business. Well done with that.
Thank you.
Okay, where was I? Oh, you're sharing a story with me.
Yes.
So, I want to take us to the beginning, or you pick for us up those hit things.
Beginning is when I was about 1 year old, my parents separate. So I go with mommy.
Yeah.
And then I get to have my dad back into my life 15 years later on. So there was that 15 years, there was that 15-year-old gap, and of course you know what that comes with. Yeah. That comes with questioning who you are. Why isn't your father involved in your life? Why isn't your family unit like intact of mother, father, and then the children? Yeah. Then 15 years down the road, they reconcile and they get married, and then of course that period I had gotten other siblings.
Man, 15
Yes,
years,
I'd
girl.
gotten other siblings.
Was it like we see in movies whereby you're like, this weekend I'm going to mom's and next weekend I'm going to...
No, it was just mom all
Wow.
through. Like mom, these weekends I'm going here would be this weekend I'm going to auntie's home, this weekend I'm going to uncle's home, and then of course that is what formed the 15 years. Of course I kept on moving from home to home. Since I mean in our setting, the whole family. Yeah. The child is raised by a village. Yeah. So me literally I was raised by a village, yes. So of course if you're in different households, whatever the norms are in those homes affect you. Yeah. Like you pick on different things. So if you're in this home for 1 year, you're in another home for 6 months. Oh yeah, I get it. You get to a point where you're actually asking yourself, who am I? Like what am I subscribing to? Like am I just what is wrong? What is wrong? Yes, am I just a traveler? Yes. So of course that is just
those people who you ask, Eric, I don't know if you watch it, but I saw this guy goes, and then you know how it would be like, I went to 3 schools, 1 in primary, 1 in second, 1 university. Guy comes and tells you, in O level alone, I went to like 17 schools. I'm like, eh.
So he was in every school he went to like for 1 week, right?
Like, expelled, suspended. The change. I can't eat that portion. I want chicken.
That right there is identity crisis. Yeah, that's right there is identity crisis.
So yeah, I feel like I could relate to that part of it. I feel like, yes. Am I just a trash can? Or
I know,
like every house, what?
True. So of course, 15 years down the road after all those movements, then I get to again be put in one home with siblings I am meeting for the first time. Yeah. So you're like, what is happening? So it was a whole not understanding who am I? Yeah. What do I subscribe to? What am I about? Because of that constant change and because of not having that father figure in my life, of course, earlier on in life. Yeah. Then of course that came with so many things. Of course, if you don't know who you are, at times you're depressed. There are anger issues. Yes, tantrums. Then of course at 15, adolescence has also kicked in. Yes. So it was one whole big mess. Yeah. And then it actually carried on, I think of course I'm not going to keep on mentioning years. You know how old I am.
I know I don't.
Yeah, it carried on for a few more years after.
But I'm going to know now. Let us know so that.
No. But are you seeing our background?
What is wrong with it? Begin with the end in mind.
Okay. The whole mix.
Is it are you trying to make noise about your hair?
But it has blended in well.
Focus.
Yeah, now let's focus. Yes. Yeah. So of course it carried on into my young adulthood, and then when you have that void in you because you don't know what you believe in and you don't know where you belong, you tend to fill it up with different vices. Now me it was relationships. Like I somehow just ended up in different relationships with people I was not supposed to be in relationships with. Like I would date somebody looking for a father figure in them. Yes. Incidentally, I was not dating those sugar daddies. I was dating more
small boys.
Yes, so boys like my age mate, but still like they were wrong for you.
Maybe young.
Yes, and then considering, of course, I came from a Christian background, so you'd probably think, no, this is not right for you. Yeah. This is not right for you. Yes. So moving forward now to me finding out who I am, what my purpose is in life, what do I stand for. That story begins from Worship Harvest Ministries, and it began. Yes.
Someone mentioned Worship Harvest in the comments because of us we can.
Yes, so it began from Worship Harvest Ministries. Randomly last year in December, I walked into Worship Harvest downtown.
Last year or 2018?
In December. No.
29?
Yes, 29.
Man, I feel like I've known you like for the last 10 years.
Well, hey, I am a baby in the ministry.
Man, don't see us a baby. You know those babies like if you watch Twilight, those babies who grow. But I
don't watch Twilight, I watch War Room.
Shut. I do you before the Lord came into your life.
Yes, it is okay. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Okay, those baby.
Yeah, those ones.
but they grow like within 7 weeks. Oh, what? 7 weeks? And the child already looks like 12 years. That's how it looks like.
So I think they were like, Pastor B3 was not Bindod campus. It's basically, I think, a space where we go as a church.
I've never gone for Bindod campus. Story for another day. I happened to you.
I'm going to lay hands on you afterwards. So I go for New Dawn Camp, and of course it's a space where Worship Harvest goes as a church to strategize for that year. Hear God's word for us for that year. And that is where disease-free zone came from. That is where economic powerhouse, victory for families. And then we didn't know that we were actually receiving these words for what was coming ahead. Yes. So basically they really worked for us during COVID. So I go, and then I am so intrigued at the togetherness, that family. Remember, I'm a stranger. I have gone and I'm just watching. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of togetherness. There's just basically love all around. And I'm like, me, to leave this space.
It was no way to clap.
Yeah.
Like even if you can't separate you from the love. Wow.
You from the love.
Yes, my
So after you don't camp, then that is where gang comes in. Of course, gang is a mentorship program. It's a year-long mentorship program to help you develop holistically as a human being. And of course, you know, once you're going through that training, you're discovering so many things about you. Yes. So basically, that is how the whole journey to identifying who my true self is really. Gang introduced me to to the spiritual capital, spirituality. Now, I had never even, like, reading the word, me, it would just be passive. You know, you open the Bible, you read. This year, the words, like, came alive.
Jumped off.
I was like, what are they? Like, how are these words now speaking to me? So, oh my God, diving into the word, I get to know that before I was formed, God knew about me. He had a purpose for my life. He had identity for me. He had all these promises. Yes. So I have read the word and I have discovered what God's plan for my life is. His life is to prosper me. To ensure I'm successful.
Wow.
Yes. So in a nutshell, that is basically what my story is and how my journey has actually changed to knowing what my purpose is.
Wow. Wow, what color people, even such a thing. That's what happened to me the first time I came to.
True.
What happened to me the first time? You know, 1st November 2015 I was when I joined Worship Harvest. I was like, campus fresh. I come here, I'm seeing the musicians. You know that ziki that's on point. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. To tell you, Pastor Jose comes to preach in damaged jeans. With shoes without shoelaces. I'm like, oh, I'm staying. I'm still like, you know, where baby like, huh? And then you should look at your shoe because it has no shoelace. I'm like, this is my guy.
This is so my guy. This thing.
And then soda for free.
The ones actually those days. COVID. You remember? Yes, my God. They love.
Yeah. Wow. So actually, back to your story. I tried. I'm sure everyone has. It's a big, huge crisis, actually. Oh, your elder is here.
Pastor
my God, the anointed one.
The anointed one.
We're not what they. To even mention his name, to tell his shoelaces.
Let's be serious. Elder is in the house.
Yes, good.
Time to
be
focus.
As if anointing all as despot and your hair fresh.
Wow.
Though I kept checking to see whether
we are finally on your way.
Sorry, we're still in the throne room. Wait, man, the anointed man has come. You can't say telling him no. Pretend like from Mountain Sinai.
I know.
A pest, Moses. You've just put us talking up. I've just shared her identity crisis and how joining Worship Harvest Church helped Mukale Mwe. Anyway, I still say, I think everyone has had I don't know how to call it. Everyone has gone through a crisis whereby they try to swap things for the wrong things. What do you have people coming on?
Kale drama.
That's clear. That's what people need. Like, don't need. They just want you to do like, I'm here. So that when you go in their DMs, you don't
But
say.
go and call all the village mates, the clan mates, bagambe, badange, chiriwali, chika.
My time is running. Anyway, so even me, when my dad died in 2009, I just joined Form 1. And, you know, like, the pain wasn't done. Like, yeah. Okay, like, okay. I cried cold because I'd never seen death. And they'd also lied to me. They came for me from school. And they're like, they said your daddy wants to talk to you. I go home. Daddy wants to talk to me. Cotton is in the nostrils. And people are crying. And I saw 11 years. So, you're like,
what's happening?
is it Halloween?
What's
What?
up? Why is he lying down? Why isn't he waking up?
Then you just see your mom, you're crying. You're like, brother.
Okay, I think this is serious.
True. So what happened over the years? Like you said, you try to you got all these boys to try to fill in the figure gap.
Yeah.
What happened to me when I went to high school? I remember I was making many friends, like boyfriends, not boyfriends, like friends or boys.
Friends or boys,
And then of course, all you need is I don't know, someone to talk to, like just go and just pour all the stuff out and all those things. But some try to understand, some try to relate, but then others will just be shallow, what? Like they never cared. Like,
of course, they also had their own shit they were dealing with.
Yeah. We just cussed.
Yeah, just
Like,
they also had their own things they were dealing with.
yeah, obviously. But then there is this thing of let me give it. There's this revolutionary. Suki Mawoka come. Okay, they're mentioning people. It's working. There is this revelation that hit me last year. I was blogging about obviously this topic. I think many friends have heard me talk about it because I was accused of being like the devil. So to me, I realized that people who are called gay, can I say expecting the wrong kind of love from. Let me give an example. God's love is agape, right?
Yes.
And then it's the love of the soul. This needs someone to always be around because God is spirit. So you can expect agape from him because he's always around and all
he's
those
always
things.
around, he's in you, he's around you.
Exactly.
He's just so about you.
Exactly. Now we have this other kind of, I don't know if it's filial stoje or filial stoje. I don't know which one of that is for parents and which one of that is for brothers or friends.
Yeah.
So there is that. So I can expect filial stoje from you. But then what's happening is people are expecting God's kind of love out of like what together. They expect people to be selfless and all those things. People having their own issues and all that stuff. So in the end, you said now you see those fights of like, I thought you were for me. Oh, like where did you go? Whoa! Like you're expecting someone to just be there, like thinking about you, like all 24/7. You're expecting the wrong kind of love. So that's how we end up in these traps of you're expecting something that Ivy can't supply. You're expecting something big can't supply, and only God can.
And only God can, yes.
That goes back to the significance of the secret place. So yeah, through all those years I just kept on expecting, and then until one day it just God was like, you're expecting the wrong thing from your friends. Because you're going to get so mad when the boys you've got are not doing the fatherly stuff.
They are not. I mean, they're also figuring out
their own lives.
Yes, they're also figuring out their own lives, and you probably want them to love you certainly, but they can't. They also don't. Probably they're also going through the same thing.
Or some other worse.
Oh yes, even worse. Yes.
So I realized everyone, even those who are watching, have reached at some point whereby you're expecting more than what someone can give. I think I don't know about the marriage, but I also feel like, but I've heard Pastor Betty talk about it, that if even for her husband, there is a way you can expect your husband to love you back, but then there's a different way only God can love you. And like how I've just said, that there's a different way only God can
actually love.
only
I think
God.
it's only God
like exactly
who can love us that way.
Exactly.
That extreme, overly selfless love. That
Yes.
even if you've done the worst thing ever, he doesn't judge.
Yeah.
He'll still be like, come back to me, my child.
Yeah.
Whereas, of course, a human being, I mean, we are human.
Yeah.
At times you feel hurt, or at times you don't want that person to hang around you anymore.
Yeah, even sometimes couples can have those fights whereby she maybe, how accidentally you remind them like, by the way, last time you did not even, you just threw your socks. Okay, you did intend, and then niggas like, I thought you had forgiven me. So there's all that you get and then you start crying, shedding tears. You thought but I'm not like trying to separate, but I'm just trying to say that God is that kind of person who will never overthrow a negative comment at you. Yes, he may discipline you, but he will never do that thing of like, what can I call it? So many people are watching and are like, what's the point of knowing the identity crisis and how she overcame it? I want to use recently. I don't know if this has happened to you, but I'm sure you're going to realize later. So me and Michael here, we try to comb, but we comb it, but it refuses to straighten it. So it goes back to.
Yeah.
So we had a dinner the other day, last week, and then an auntie comes from the village, and then we sit down on the table. You know those long dinings whereby you're seated crossing, like something is itching, and then you also try to like avoid the eyes and everything. Like
I know it is about to come out of her. Yes.
And then from the just goes like, every time I see girls and boys, I imagine homosexual. Where the dining, like all my cousins like. But you rather have like dreadlocks. And I'm like, is that worse? You get like, you're just making stuff. Oh, exactly, you get like, that's why I get so confused. Like, I'm having only this. And then you're saying you rather have me have dreadlocks. And then you're saying,
so what is what? She probably also doesn't understand what she's talking about.
Yeah, and we honor them. But then, to me now, the spiritual maturity comes in for you to decide, is it the devil talking? Yes. Because what's happening is now the devil knows your identity crisis. The devil knows that you've always been called. The devil knows that you try to get boys to fill in that gap. The devil knows that your father was never around. So I'm sure at some point, he always uses that thing. Maybe your father didn't, maybe in those 15 years he missed some important event of your life. And I'm sure he missed many. And then at some point you may be there, and then the devil comes and is like, he didn't even show up for you this birthday. He didn't even send you a P7 success.
I know, like, of course, that one I think he like came through, but incidentally, me and my dad now are so close.
Yes.
You will not even know there was that gap.
Yeah.
But for years, the devil really used that. He kept. I had so much bitterness in my heart towards him.
Yes.
And all that, of course, was the devil really trying for that relationship not to work out.
Yeah. Yes. And I figured that I'm also trying to imagine the questions that are going through your mind. Hi, Bridget, Dorian, Bohola. Yeah, thank you for joining us on the show. So I'm thinking that some of the questions going through your mind in those 15, I'm trying to put myself in your position. You must be like, am I ugly? Where did he live? Because by the parents don't understand that we go through this stuff. There's no way I could count my parent. I'm like, mommy, I'm being called what, like.
Yeah, of course.
Like they won't click.
They will not.
They won't click. So I also understand that part of. I'm sure there's so many questions running through your mind. Yeah. Where did he live?
Yes.
Because your mom is not going to go like, darling, what? They're not going to just go. What. So guys, all of us listening to us, I'm sure things where you feel like you have a crisis. Hi, Lean. Line, is that line or Lean?
Hi, Lean. Yeah, line.
English.
I know.
We're about to close the by the way. So what I'm trying to say is all of us watching have a gap, they've experienced a crisis and all that. And if you're not careful, the enemy will use it. Let's go back to my story. So when she, my flesh was just like, you're holding a fork and you're just banging the fork in the food. But then your spirit reminds you, great peace are they who love thy law. Nothing shall offend them. That's Psalms 119, 165. I don't know. The word has power. That's why we're trying to say that the only thing that's going to, how you overcame your crisis was through the word. Join a beautiful church. The word, you guys, there is nothing else.
There's a lot. Like every new thing you identify.
Exactly.
Something good God says.
Something so good. Because I'm like, offense is the devil's weapon. Yeah, I've just talked about that. I think you can find the story before this video. So he's trying to get ways of offending us because I'm imagining you're at a party, maybe baby shower and everything, and maybe give an example. I'm now trying to imagine. I'm just trying to imagine. Imagine you go to a shower, is it called baby shower, and the guy comes over, and then maybe they say give a message to that guy, and then some friend randomly just goes like, what does I even have to say? She never had a or she's like.
Yeah.
So what's happening is you're already angry.
And you're already feeling that offense.
Exactly. You're about to burst all the balloons around, the blue and the pink, what twins what. Then you're about to turn the pie into a savagery. So you realize that he uses this crisis to offend us. And we get angry, and then we just end up like, I don't know, like, and he likes mocking us, but you know we can mock him back by replying with the word, reacting with the word, exactly.
Just react with the word.
Because I remember when that thing hit me, and I'm like, great piece of thing, nothing shall offend them. I was like, oh, child, thank you, Jesus. We went back fixing our food. I was so happy, like the custom just. Wise man, this is a good conversation.
In a blink of an eye.
Yeah. But then the story didn't end there. The day was like, start off. He goes through another relative who was sitting at the table. Like, she's like, tell him. And I'm like, whoa, so you've been having the same issue. You know, she's like, tell him that hair is for what? It's for homo. Like, you get, I'm like, hanging. And then, of course, like, the anger came back again.
True.
The anger came back again, and then you guys, the word. You know when you're so saturated with the word comes to your rescue. You get like, it's always there. It's a present. It's always there to like, it just jumps out because when it's abandoned.
Even the ones you don't remember that.
By the way,
it will just jump out like where's that?
So what happened when she mentioned that? When she mentioned that, the scripture that came to me, was now artist. The scripture that came to me was for we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but for powers, principalities. My God was trying to tell me, hey, that's not your relative. Say that's not your relative talking. It's the enemy talking. It's trying to offend you because of. So I'm like, when I mentioned that, I just knew, you know what, I just feel like, no, I ain't got time for this. Like, I just calmed down, and then I came out victorious and all.
Yes.
And so, but some people must be saying, "Panange, biggie, your parent, your relatives." But then, what came to my mind when I was feeling guilty, having had that revelation in me, was even Jesus told Simon Peter at some time, "Get behind me, Satan." Yes. Which is, you guys, the offenses are going to come through close friends,
through your mother,
your
father, through your husband. Through your children,
yes.
The closest. He actually at times tends to use the closest.
The closest.
Yes.
Those are supposed to honor.
So if you don't discern with them,
there's discernment, exactly, guys.
Yes.
You understand that, hey, I know, understand, but now right now I'm talking to the enemy.
Yes.
Because imagine Paul, Apostle Paul, he had killed people, right? So now imagine he has come to the cartoon, some church, no preaching, and then maybe some people like,
but I thought he's a murderer.
You get
the whole town, like how many
exactly. Like people all there maybe like on the edges of their seats.
Like,
nigga may pull out a knife anytime now.
No, they don't know that yet his master had redeemed him.
Exactly, it's a new creation. So now imagine, what if Paul takes offense? Would he preach? Would he continue with the revelation and everything? Would he? And I'm like, exactly. So I'm sure he had such conversations, but he even never bothered giving them the attention. That's how we mock back the devil, you guys. And the devil hates mockery. He hates it. Like, that's just where someone's trying to abuse you and you're like pretending not to be hearing.
I know, like somebody, like you even continuing. You know that person will even keep on, the voice will keep on elevating, screaming. He will probably even go and collect.
And
but
you're
like,
not
bothered. You're like, you can probably harm me.
That thing is like
yeah.
If you watch cartoons out there too. Anyway, so we're winding up, IB. Let me know, okay, which Bible characters would you compare yourself to sort of pull out of the den of, like, let's say, from, for example, okay, like how we've given an example of Paul, actually. I think this question is supposed to be like before, but I don't know how to say. Can you give us, like, within like 30 seconds, I don't know if you've had like, if you stumbled over a story in the Bible that has sort of pulled you out of like a kind, or maybe someone you've related to with your story, like in the Bible, that sort of like, how, just give an example of Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
The person that comes to mind instantly is Ruth. You know, like I had to leave certain situations. I had to leave certain people.
Yeah.
I had to leave certain family members.
Yes.
Like, you know, you're not being rude.
Yeah, that's the pruning.
That's the pruning. So you leave them and then you align yourself. You join, you know. Yeah. You join a new family. Yeah. You meet new people. You meet new friends. Yes, and you're blossoming and you're fruitfulness.
What now? Yeah, now you're pulling out words. Master D.
Yes. So yes, you know, Ruth left her people.
Yeah.
And actually just randomly followed this woman.
Yeah.
But she didn't know how the story would end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Then do you have a scripture that has helped you? Maybe one or two. There are those ones that are always like, coming pop to sort of let you know that you're on a better, can I say, better road, better journey, better chapter. You're not like, you're no longer how can I say what? You're no longer mad about your dad, or you know how those things can always come up. Like.
I know. I think the script. Okay, this is the scripture that really.
You could read it to them.
Jeremiah chapter 1
to the
verse 5. You guys, this scripture, I think I wake up every day and read it and read it and read it over and over. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
Yeah.
Before you were born, I sanctified you. I ordained you as a prophet to nations.
Prophet
every time I would read this scripture, I would be like, okay, fine. My father has left me, but God knows me. This friend has not been nice. Yes, but God knows me. Before I was even formed.
Before your parents were formed.
Yes.
Before even Uganda was.
Yes.
I'm about to go in tongues right
He
now.
sanctified me, you guys, and ordained me as a prophet. A prophet can be representative of. He ordained me technically as a prophet.
Yeah.
As a I don't know, as a business person. I don't know, as an influencer, as a changer of
we actually need prophets in the business world. We needed them a lot.
So this is one scripture I stood on for months. Like I keep on reading it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Every time I'll just go back and be like, you know what? God knows me.
Yeah.
God knows me. Really. God knows me. Even if everyone else leaves me.
Yeah. And I like the fact that whatsoever crisis, from what I've learned about all these crises, is God is trying to draw you back to Himself.
True.
Which example can I give? Well, okay. One time I'm going to talk about my academic crisis, but at some point, okay, I'm sharp. But then there's always that pressure of parents, and then you're supposed to be in the first position or second position or third position. You get, but then you're always here 10th, 11th out of 63 people. You feel like it's never good enough.
Of course, it can't be.
At campus, I got 4.2.
Oh wow.
And you get, and then you go back home, and then your mom's like,
so excited.
Yeah, you were almost reaching 4.3.
I know, you should have probably gotten the first class.
Exactly. You get what I'm trying to say. So at some point I'm like, what's the use? And then God is like, I'm trying to bring you back, but because at some point I realized that all of our lives, our education system in Uganda actually is to sort of make you feel like when people are applying CVs, I got a first class. Like people are not even dependent on God at all. They're just dependent in their like academicity.
Like your identity is defined by your
academics, or your parents are rich, or
business,
New York,
maybe even which part of the country you come
exactly.
from. Those.
So I realized God uses all our gaps, sort of cut us off of those things. And then in my encouragement to you is, you may not have, I don't know what really happened, but I know that all things work together for our good. You get, even if maybe the enemy tried to use it for the bad, but maybe I'm just trying to imagine, what if, let's say, in those years whereby maybe your dad could be, I'm just trying to imagine, what if I was sorry then when you just go to school, all you're just jazzing, like whereby you just sort of like how I've just given that example, just feel like your identity comes from your father's being rich or being well. I just realized every time you have a crisis, God is trying to like just cut something else off so that you realize it's
so that you realize
so that you realize that before you were formed, He had already ordained you.
He had already ordained me.
That has really encouraged me that it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Biggie, anyone else in this world can live. But the Almighty, our Papa in heaven, can never.
Some says even if your father and mother left death.
Yes. He can never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll be viewers. That was it for today from Ivy. Thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, looking forward to having you more and more often. Wow. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for sharing, for commenting. What else? Yeah. The hair is still red as fire. I'm not gonna finish hair. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. God bless you. Stay on Nikki's Gospel Show. Stay tuned. There is so much more coming your way.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.